All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth, with Ben Jokes. Exclusive. Ogun Governor Abiodun budgets fresh 6.6 billion for vehicles after spending 5.8 billion on same in 2 years amid failure to remit workers' pension. Governor of Ogun State Abiodun is buying himself cars worth billions of naira. Meanwhile, pension officers in Ogun are protesting. They've been protesting for the past 3 days over unpaid pensions. Now, some days ago, I brought you this one from Jigawa State. Jigawa governor splashes 1.8 billion on luxury vehicles amid mass poverty, awards contracts for 12 more SUVs for convoy and for his wives. So this is what these APC governors are doing with subsidy removal funds that have, seen their allocations triple. And make no mistake, Tinubu is aware of everything they are doing. That is why if you go and meet all the state governors in Nigeria today, they will tell you that Tinubu is the best thing to have ever happened to this country because he tripled their allocations and they are doing whatever they want with it at the expense of the average Nigerian. If Nigeria does not get the APC out of power, if Nigeria does not end the APC will end Nigeria. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that one coming out of southeast Nigeria, particularly from Tinubu's minister, Dave Umahi. From this update, it looks as if Dave Umahi thinks himself a better presidential candidate than His Excellency Peter Obi. Isn't that extremely laughable? And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that, Peter Obi dropped a bomb of a proclamation on Nigerians. This proclamation shook the entire political media space. The positive arrogance in it and the fact that no contemporary politician in Nigeria or perhaps Africa can make such a pronouncement made it iconic. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video by PDP chieftain Chief Ulasi. See the video.
Democracy depends on several doses of civility. And the underlying word is civility, which most people, even in politics, do not understand. And because they don't, they exhibit some form of a reflective instinct towards self-preservation. And this reflective instinct that gives them rise to self-preservation makes them be stoking paranoia, and it's a very dangerous thing to happen. So you see people who take oath for unsurpassed devotion to duty, when indeed what they mean is to have taken oath for unsurpassed devotion to stealing money. And that's why the country has not moved. So coming back to your question, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, most people, the elite, the so-called educated, tend to forget that the Constitution says 4-year term. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives you a 4-year term. So that Constitution presumes that in 4 years, you should be able to make an impression, an impactful, impression on your society. It's only when you do very, very well and you desire for a second term that you ask for a second term, which they may or may not give you. Because there are many places in this country where people zone offices just for 4 years. You do and somebody else goes. It doesn't mean that you must finish what you started, but if you have a project that is good and somebody else comes in, he will finish it. And I give you an example. If you come into Enugu now, we have one of the best governors in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Most of the projects abandoned over the past 16, 20 years. Come into Enugu, it's like you're entering London. Beautiful. You can see how the governor is, rehabilitating and finishing all the projects. So, in effect, Peter saying that he will do 4 years, I think it is sacrosanct. It's, by all standards in Nigerian politics, is a very honest person, a good Christian. He doesn't talk from both sides of his mouth. So I believe him that he will do it in 4 years. Anybody, if you discuss, I would like people to have him on television on this Arise platform. And if you listen to him, you will see and believe that he will do everything he wants to do, maybe not 100% in 4 years. That's what the Constitution presupposes. That if they felt that you can't do most things you have pledged to do in 4 years, they would have said giving it 5 or 6 years. So Peter hasn't said anything out of point. It's his belief that in 1 year you should be able to do proper analysis, even before you come into office. Do a proper analysis for what your vision is and how to implement that vision. The only thing that people have a vision of stealing money, and all the time they are thinking of how to steal that money, and not anything that will be impactful to the common people.
You heard that, Chief Olasidie speaking on Peter Obi's promise to spend just 4 years in office. The political class have fed, Nigerians with negativity to a point that we now believe that decency is impossible in politics. We now believe that politicians should be liars. Most Nigerians now believe that politicians need eternity to make an impact. And the big question is, if Tinubu can completely destroy the lives of Nigerians, of many Nigerians, within just 365 days in office, then why don't you believe that a man can make so much impact within 2 years in office? So when Peter Obi said that he needs 4 years, and within 4 years he will be able to make so much impact that the people coming behind him can see a roadmap to greatness and follow it, he was absolutely right. But because our politicians are greedy, they have now fed Nigerians with that notion that you must stay in office forever before you can be impactful. That is not true. With the power that a president wields, any president that is willing to do good can achieve a significant portion of anything that he sets out to achieve within 4 years. If you cannot do it within 4 years, it means you will not be able to do it within 8 years. Therefore, it is an exceptional opportunity for Nigerians seeing a man who understands what governance is, a man who is not greedy, he is not power drunk, and he is telling you that give me 4 years and see what I will achieve. Is it oil theft that is killing Nigerians, taking more than half of Nigeria's resources that cannot be solved within 3 years or even months? Is it the power sector that cannot be fixed within 4 years? All these things are extremely doable. It only takes a man that has the will to do it. And we have been blessed with that man in Peter Obi. It is left for Nigerians to queue behind him and make it happen. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that one coming from Dave Umahi. Dave Umahi is a butterfly that thinks himself a bird. And from this update, it is as if the man thinks that he is a better presidential candidate than Peter Obi. And next is that update from Peter Obi himself, a bomb of a proclamation that has now rocked the political media space. Let's start by taking that update from Dave Umahi. Look at how the papers reported it. Southeast will produce Igbo president, but not in 2027. Umahi. Works Minister Dave Umahi says the Southeast region will produce the president of Nigeria one day, but not in 2027. The statement was made on Monday. According to Mr. Umahi, Bola Tinubu has been fair to all regions of the country, including the Southeast. Mr. Umahi urged the people of the Southeast to support Mr. Tinubu, noting that his administration has shown fairness and love to the region. He also commended the Southeast governors for their support of the federal government and urged citizens to stand by them as they work towards their second term in office. Mr. Umahi said, one day, the Southeast will produce the president of Nigeria, but not in 2027. And Dublin responded. He said the worst is this: Umahi is not even popular in Igbo land. Only those that go to Abakaliki know him. In Igbo land, people visit Aba, Owerri, Enugu, Nnewi, Onitsha, Asaba, etc. Honestly, I believe Umahi does not know what Igbos want. Ojikalu and Hope love money only. Amused says this wants political influence, no pass him compound. That is it. I think Umahi is setting himself up for presidency. He feels that if he can bow down and lick Tinubu's boots as much as he can, one day they can now consider the Southeast to come and pick the crumbs from their table, and he, Umahi, who licked the boots the most, will now be considered. Perhaps that is what Orji Zokalu is also doing. They want to serve as much as they can, fool themselves as much as they can, so that they will be considered worthy for the throne. What a shame. These are men who will never be worthy to step into the shadows of a man like Peter Obi. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from Dave Umahi, that big one from Peter Obi began making the rounds. Look at how the papers reported it. Conduct your investigations about me. I have no stains, Peter Obi tells Nigerians. Insist on single-term ambition. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has reaffirmed his commitment to a single-term presidency should Nigerians elect him in future. The former Anambra State governor also threw a bold challenge to critics and the public alike to investigate his political journey, and no blemish would be found. In a statement on Tuesday, Obi declared, "I still find it baffling that my decision to do a term of 4 years, if given the mandate to rule this country, is generating so much agitation. By this feeling, we are doubting the fact that a sincere leader can achieve much in 48 months. According to Obi, what drives me is not personal ambition, but a deep commitment to see Nigeria work. And if the sacrifice required of me is 4 years of sincere, accountable leadership, so be it." Challenging Nigerians to scrutinize his record, Obi said, "Throughout my political journey, I have never been involved in thuggery, the snatching of ballot boxes, or any form of electoral malpractice. I challenge anyone. Conduct your investigations. You will find no stains of rigging or violence associated with my name. I have always chosen the path of peace, principle, and civility." He further stated, "Ask those who have contested against me. None was ever denied their rights, framed, or falsely accused. None was asked not to place their advert materials or break the bank to do so. I believe in fair competition, not manufactured victories." Obi also emphasized that meaningful reform is possible within 4 years. In 4 years, we can confront corruption head-on, redirecting resources to priority areas. For instance, the trillions used to acquire new presidential jets and other unnecessary expenses at this time could have been channeled into education, healthcare, or infrastructure. He added, "Within the same period, we ensure that the rule is sacrosanct and the rule of law is strictly followed. Within the same period, we can conduct free, fair, and credible elections." Reiterating his philosophy on governance, Obi concluded, "Leadership to me is not about entitlement, it is about service. If given the mandate for just one term, I would dedicate every moment to building a Nigeria that works for all." Wow. You heard that? What a bold claim. Who is the politician in today's Nigeria, even Africa, that can tell the public, with all the materials that are available today, with all the investigative materials, with the kind of science, with the kind of sophistication that we have today, that they can dig out your past and everything? Who is that politician that can say, "Go and scrutinize my past, you will find no stain"? None other than His Excellency Peter Obi. Each time this man speaks, you can just feel the sincerity oozing out of him. And of course, the constitution that gave 4 years for a term, if it was not possible to achieve things within 4 years, do you think those who framed the constitution would have given 4 years? So this man's argument is as valid as can be. It behoves Nigerians now. It behoves the coalition. It behoves every well-meaning citizen of this country to say, because clearly this man has shown, Peter Obi has shown more than all other politicians, that he has what it takes. At least if we are going to try somebody, If we are even doing trial and error, this is the way to go if we need something different from what we have been doing. If Nigerians miss this opportunity, I keep saying it, if Nigerians miss 2027 and they allow the APC to continue in office, the damage that will be done, even 10 years, a decade of good leadership might not be able to fix it. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town, make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away, don't go away.